never felt this before. Like I've been stripped.
Hey guys, I'm thrilled to share that my debut single Desire is going to release on the 7th of August on all platforms. So I wrote this song to portray the transition period of my life, from suppressing thoughts to freely expressing them, and also leaving my toxic patterns behind and starting a more positive journey.
I can hear a whisper beneath.
So coincidentally, this transition happened around the lockdown period, and that's when I started collaborating online and sharing my sketch with multiple artists across India who I already knew, and putting these out on Instagram. But then there was this one riff that I sent to Divyang, and what he sent back was really interesting. It was sounding so professional, what he did, like adding synths and drums and bass. I thought this can't just go out on Instagram, it needs to like turn into a complete song. And that's when the idea struck me. Maybe I could look at online collaboration as a serious thing and turn it into my own solo project. So what I did was I asked Mark Damania to play bass on it because he was the only one who could pull off what I had in mind.
And yeah, as a bassist, I can say that his work is a playground for any bassist. It's just such fun, so much joy tracking for anything that Chirag composes.
And it was sounding kick-ass as always. And I felt like this track required a rap in it because the vibe like clearly demanded one. And that's the time when I heard Tanya and Nambiar's single Stranger in Our Bed, and at the end of the track there was the short rap section. I thought it would be interesting to like maybe have a female rap in this, and I asked her, and fortunately she replied she heard the track and she really liked it.
I was blown away by what I heard. I think after like 5 seconds I was just like, oh my god, I want to be a part of this track.
And she sent me a rap section, and like it fitted in really well, and I was like really blown away with her take on it. And so now that we had the rap section, a female rap section, I thought like maybe having a male vocals would sound really cool, because firstly like this song like it has a Tomish vibe, and plus like having a contrast would make it more interesting. So I asked Pushkar, and because he's the one in fact who introduced me to Tomish in the first place, and he has a great voice, so I asked him.
Initially when Chirag had shared the demo with me, I thought it was pretty interesting and very out of my comfort zone, which is why I thought I would really like to be a part of the song.
And so within a couple of days he wrote the lyrics and the melody and sent it back to me, and it was so impressive. The song sounded perfect, with the male vocals and the female vocals, and I wasn't expecting like the riff, that guitar riff that I had to like suddenly turn into a complete vocal song. There was just one thing missing in this track, and that was a saxophone solo. So I asked none other than Abhay Sharma to play on it because I love all his work with the Revisit project.
Chirag has a very disciplined way of going about doing things. He's very fairly organized with respect to his process.
So when he sent his part, he just nailed the saxophone solo, it was sounding perfect, the entire track. And now that the entire track was completed, what I did was I just sent it to Nirmit to ask for feedback in terms of production initially, okay? Because I love his work with Ape Echoes. But then he really liked the track and he offered to mix it, and I thought, why not? Let's give it a shot.
Dude, the moment I heard it, I absolutely fell in love. I knew I wanted to be a part of this song, I wanted to have something to do with it. So I just offered, completely randomly, I offered to mix it for him,
And we were all really impressed by his mix, and it all went really well, and that's how the song came about. So I had a lot of fun in this entire process. All the people involved in this track were great to work with, because online collaboration can get quite tricky, but if you're working with the right people, it just goes by like the breeze. And so I'm glad I got these musicians on board, because they're first of all really wonderful human beings, and it was very easy to communicate with them, because I feel that's the key for online collaboration. I also feel there are a lot of restrictions when it comes to online collaboration. You cannot keep going back and forth with artists to make small changes. It's a lot more easier when you're in a live setting, but online it becomes very tedious to do that. But which is also an advantage because it gives like time and space to each artist to interpret their parts in their own way. So the song becomes more collaborative in the sense like it gives an interpretation to each artist involved, not just the main composer. And I found that very interesting because it was unlike any of my previous compositions before. And I'm glad that the song turned out the way it is through online collaboration. And I'd love to like continue doing this. And I'm really thankful for all the artists to be who are part of this. And I can't wait for all of you to like hear the track and let me know your thoughts.
Funky. Super funky song.
It's funky and it's fresh.
Hip.
It's catchy and it's really groovy.
It's groovy.